50 Cent song out of my head.
What, in the club?
Yes.
Damn you, Super Bowl 69.
Was it 69?
It's always 69.
It's pure 96.
Pure 96 FM. If it's not FM, it's AM.
In this video, we're going to tear into the block and get it all disassembled.
We're also going to inspect and measure it to make sure it's in good enough shape to use.
The Vista came with a single overhead cam 4G63 engine, which is different than the dual overhead cam turbo engine found in a DSM. We're going to convert this engine into a first-gen DSM 6-bolt engine.
Wait, how's it look? That looks great. Yeah, there's a little spot right there. I don't feel anything with my fingernail though.
Obviously, we won't be using the Vista head, but the blocks are essentially the same, minus the suitcase handle main bearing caps found on the dual overhead cam 6-bolt engine, and no oil squirters.
You don't need balance shafts.
No, it balances itself, see? Self-balancing. Alright, let's get those main caps off. Not cam, there's no cams, we're on the block. Oh, it's got that smell. You smell it?
Before we do that,
It's like 30-year-old farts. The rod journals look great, so hopefully the main journals look good. Looks good.
where?
On the bearing. Journal looks good.
The crankshaft is also the same, and with the addition of the turbo rods and pistons, this block will be just as capable as the turbo block.
Yeah, that looks great. You got it? Hi-ho. That crankshaft is the future of this car.
Oh. Alright.
There it is.
No oil squirtation devices.
Nope, there's not a whole lot in there.
The crankshaft and block journals are in great shape, so we're going to go ahead and get this block cleaned up and ready for assembly.
Oh, hey, we're gonna dingle ball this thing, see if we can't clean it. Oh, yeah.
We're giving the cylinders a basic hone to make sure that the cylinder walls are in good enough shape and if they will need to be bored out.
Fruit-based WD-40. Oh, that's nice. That cleaned up a lot.
Pretty quick, there's still some stuff on these spots.
The crank has never been machined. Bearings were standard size. Everything looks good here. And the block's never been overboard either. So everything's standard. Doesn't look like it's ever been rebuilt or anything. Still had OEM bearings in it. So it's pretty good. Nice. Yeah, that looks good. Very nice. Yeah, get those ready for the L19s we're putting in.
Part of cleaning the block is making sure all of the threads are in good shape, so we're taking a set of thread chasers to all of the bolt holes in the block. After that, we'll move on to cleaning it all out with our favorite engine cleaning tools.
Oh, let's clean the block with who do we have here?
Mineral Nerits.
Mineral Nerits.
After a couple of rounds of spraying with mineral spirits and scrubbing all the grime off, we're going to paint the block so it looks nice and to keep the surface from rusting.
Okay, we're getting the block ready to paint. Except we're not painting that part. Yeah, no, it's been a while since Brent's worked on a 4G63, but just to remind him, you don't paint this part. This is the part you paint. Did you know that these aren't actually sleeves? They're actually just part of the block. Like it's one piece. It's like one piece of metal. And then they drill holes in it, big holes.
We're masking off all the areas we don't want to get paint on. Then, give it a few coats of Rust-Oleum semi-gloss black grill paint. Here's the before and the after.
I'm using the croissant wrench
They're all 14.
because I like to work hard. Yeah, but this is adjustable.
What are you doing?
So just in case, he's gonna get the right tool.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon's here.
You'll be done.
Hey, Brandon. Come on, guys, work together.
Nope.
We're both Geminis. We don't work well
Oh
together.
my God.
The engine stand was in the way of cleaning the transmission side of the block, so we'll take the stand bracket off and give it the same treatment as the rest of the block.
What?
It's held up the test of time.
All right, so what we're doing here is we've got the plug out here and we're gonna clean out this main oil passage. So it just looked a little gross and we might as well while we're taking care of this block before it goes back together. So Alex grabbed his daughter's bottle brush and we're gonna clean it out.
Anything's if you're brave enough.
Using a bore brush, we'll clean out all the oil and coolant passages in the block. Then, we'll flush them out with more mineral spirits. That just about does it for prepping the block. Now we're going to move on to cleaning the rest of the parts of the head now that our cams have arrived.
Cams! Cams! Okay, so we found these cams on Facebook Marketplace. A guy was selling them as Comp 258 cams. So he had them listed for $50, which is really cheap. He said they needed cleaned up, but he didn't know a whole lot about them, so we bought them. We looked up the markings and looked them up, and these are, in fact, old school comp cams for DSMs. 258 is the duration for these. They're somewhere between like an HKS 264 and 272. More mid-range than a 272, but more top end than a 264. The reason they moved away from this particular grind is they have a crap ton of overlap. So they chop pretty good, but they should be the right cams for this, and if not, they were $50. So yeah, so we're gonna try and clean them up. They're a little grimy, but should be good. It'll be a good time. I mean, I think the guy thought they were way farther gone than they were, and partly why he was selling them for $50.
Yeah.
But when he sent me pictures, I was like, no, those are salvageable. They're not pitted. It's just surface rust.
Some WD-40 and a green Scotch-Brite make short work of the surface rust.
So I went to Advanced Auto Parts to get the plastic gauge, and this kid behind the counter, it's clearly his first job. And he goes, hey, well, first of all, the manager had to tell him to help me because he was just standing there and I'm like in line. So he comes over and he goes, hey, can I help you? I was like, yeah, I looked around, I can't find the plastic gauge, but it says you have it in stock on your website. Do you have it in back? He goes, plastic, what was that word you said? I was like, oh boy.
I need some plastic gauge with this wideness.
Yeah, this wideness. So I explained what it was, but then I pulled it up on my phone with their part number, and he goes, oh, specialty tools, and takes me down the specialty tool aisle, which is where I came from.
And they weren't there.
No, because I already looked through the aisles. So we look, and then we have to wait for the manager to stop helping someone else so they can help him. And they're right behind the counter right next to him the whole time.
Of course.
And I couldn't see him.
Womp womp.
Yep. Good old auto parts store adventures.
The exhaust cam cleaned up really well, so now we'll move on to the intake cam.
Now it's time to clean the rockers and lifters. We bled the oil out of the lifters and now we'll submerge them in kerosene. Then we'll pump them up and let them soak in it for a few days to clean out any gunk or debris. While we're at it, we'll also soak the rockers in some kerosene.
That's it for engine disassembly and cleaning. Tune in next time for the engine assembly, and subscribe so you don't miss it.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, it was stupid. Yeah. It was dumb, but we got. Oh, hi.
Hey, Alex did a thing.
Yeah, modifications.
Yeah.
You want to show us, Alex?
So this thing that always falls over.
Yeah, it'd fall over like this. But now it can't because there's legs.
Yeah, there's legs for the magnets to magnets too.
Wow.
Put it out!